Hello and welcome. My name is Katie. I am a mostly remote online notary, but I wanted to go over what I have in my notary bag pretty much at all times. For the most part, I keep my whole entire business within a bag. The first thing that I always make sure that I have is, which is not in my bag right now, but it's my computer. I am a little bit old school. I have my plug-in mouse. So I have my computer, my mouse, and then I always make sure to bring my charger because anytime that I think that I don't need my charger, I end up needing my charger. As a remote online notary, I do things through my computer, so I keep it with me every single time that I go anywhere. The other thing that I always keep in my bag, and this is especially handy for when you are going to hospitals or things like that, or things that might be outdoor, is a clipboard. So otherwise you are kind of scrambling and doing these notarizations on like hoods of cars and stuff. This has been super helpful for me to just kind of keep everything a little bit cleaner. The next thing that I have is my flyers. I have flyers that basically go over everything that I can do with a little bit of an explanation of what remote online notarization is on the back. And let me find it. Business cards. I keep these on me pretty much everywhere I go, so that way if I'm driving and I have a little bit of time, I can drop by some of the businesses that I want to talk to, and I always have stuff on hand. So I have the business cards and then my flyers that I can just drop off at will, because you never know when you have some time and you never know when your next client is going to be there. The next thing that I have is a whole bunch of pens. These are not usually my go-to pens. These run. If you have a loan package or something that is a huge thing that you are doing, you mostly want the ones that are like this, that don't run. Usually it's like the big pens that you would get when you're going to school. They have like the big packs, and so those are the ones that are usually the best, I think, for loan signing, because it doesn't run and you can just go through the pages and you don't have to worry about it transferring. The other thing that I make sure that I always bring is, again, I'm super old school, is my headphones. So I always bring my headphones anytime that I am doing anything, just so that if I do have to do a notarization and it has to be somewhere that might not always be the most quiet, I can just hang out with my headphones. The other thing that I always have is my stamp. If you are a mobile notary and a traditional in-person, I cannot tell you how many times I have been terrified of not remembering my stamp, because it inevitably fails that even though I am a remote notary, if I go somewhere with like friends or family or anything like that, they're like, oh, my sister's a notary, she can do this for you. And I'm like, guys, I didn't bring my stamp today. So now I always bring my stamp pretty much anytime that I can. This is also just something that if you are doing in person, I like to keep that as like a little divider to make sure that all of the documents stay straight when I'm putting this in here. I also have a folder for the same reason. The other thing that I have is FedEx labels, because no matter where I'm at, I can always just put documents in there, print out the label, and then just put it wherever it needs to go. That is something that I always have on hand, because otherwise what I've ended up having to do is, if I go to Walgreens or anything to drop off documents and I forget that, they don't always have it. So then I end up having to buy $3 envelopes. And so to combat that, I just bring some of these in my bag. The other thing that I have is my journal. So some states don't require it. I believe Florida is one that doesn't, but I like it just in general. I like having the journal. It's just a little bit of a safety blanket. I have thank you notes. If I have a client that just uses me and they are from the general public, I have thank you notes. I usually write a little thank you for using me. I appreciate your business. If you ever need me again, here's my information. And then I also insert a card as well. I also have a Post-it just in case someone calls me and I need to kind of take some notes, or if I have a good business idea as an entrepreneur. And that is it. Oh wait, no, I lied. Post-it notes. This isn't usually as relevant if you are a remote online notary, but having these indicators of where to sign when you're a mobile notary is super helpful. If you have a larger package or anything like that, you can go ahead and just do indications of where they need to sign, and it just kind of makes sure that you speed up the process, because then you can just sort through the whole entire package and then just go from there. That is my bag in a nutshell. These are pretty much all of the things that I have in there. Some people pack some snacks, and then if they're on the road for a long time, they can have a snack. I don't have any snacks because I don't want to mix anything with my important stuff. And I also don't have any type of liquids in this, just because of the obvious. My computer and liquids do not mesh, so I don't. But anyway, that is what I have in my notary bag. There are a ton of different ways that you can set your notary bag up. This is what works best for me. And then this is just a Kate Spade bag. And then there's a bunch of other ones. I have another one that locks, that just adds another layer of security. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And if you have anything that has saved your life and you think that is super, super good to add to your bag, let me know. Thank you.